Hey, Stephen Paul. I'm familiar with the area. I have not asked any prospective questions about my look into last year or even this year. Um, that is a failure on my part. Um, as I stated in the video before this about the gratitude list, I am holding space with creating, I mean, the framework, which in the way that I'm doing this video could just Stephen Paul look at the questions and whether it be like writing it or really what I'm thinking about, because I know that I can come back to it, is like speaking out the answers and then just pasting those answers on and being able to go back to those to those answers. And I guess in that context, I'm holding space with having specific and particular questions that enable Stephen Paul to flow into space about where it is that you're going and who it is that you desire to become, but also at the very same time being able to create closure to the context of, say, a last year, and in the context that you actually are creating content that would actually bring closure to a quote unquote last year, holding space Stephen Paul in the present, that you've expressed specifically about Cameron's death. Cameron's death. That, oh my gosh, like death is I'm being left behind. I'm being that when death occurs, I am choosing to leave X, Y, and Z behind. And I know as someone that takes in a lot of energies to curate that, this particular part of me, Stephen Paul, I am leaving that behind. I'm thinking about this journey that you've gone through where you've held space with living life from a theme versus just living life from a goal, and holding space with holistically that in order to live life from your themes, you create a system, and in your systems actually come to actually create a your systems come to meet your particular in the words of the PPV, your value goals, goal outcomes. The theme that Stephen Paul expresses for Stephen Paul is living life theme, digital first billionaire. Um, Partly because it's cringe, or it's something that's like, oh my gosh, how could you? That's so out there, and then someone holding space with it is. But in the context that you are able to again link your days to your weeks, your moments to your days, months to quarters, quarters to years, and so on and so forth. Especially leveraging this medium right now to where this is a thing happening on. This is a thing that's happening on your phone, on your through your X recorder. You're sharing that to YouTube, and then you'll actually paste this to your Notion, and being able to go back and see this in its appropriate time. It's like there is a flow, a space, a presence, whatever the right word is. So it's like create a system, like create a system that supports the living life theme for yourself. Stephen Paul, create a system. I see that in the context of the pillars, pipelines, and vaults. That the pipelines are the systems to which your pillars express the particular theme that you're desirous to live from. And then in your vaults, you have the data points from execution that allow you to make better decisions when you're reflecting on how is this thing going, etc. Rah, 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 rah. But peace and love.